How do you option land or property if you want to study something, check out the feasibility, and decide if you want to move forward with the deal, the purchase, the development, whatever it is, including a business? So how do you structure that option to purchase contract, and what is an option to purchase versus a contract for purchase? So an option for purchase is typically an agreement where you are purchasing the right to buy the property at some point. So you're kind of securing your rights in the property to purchase it at some point. And options can be 3 days, 3 months, 3 years. It can be whatever time frame you want it to be. A lot of times options are used for larger pieces of property where somebody wants to control it with the right to buy it at some point, and they will pay a fee for that. Now, if you're looking to develop a piece of land, I always say developer 101, you never want to close on a piece of land until you get all of your entitlements and permits, and you can develop what you want to develop, build what you want to build. You can get downzoned at any time. You can get hung up in the process at any time. So you never want to close on a piece of land unless you can build what you want to build. Anything can and will happen during the approval process, during the permit process. So you want to make sure you get all that in place. So the best way to do it is to either do an option to purchase the property contingent upon you getting all your approvals, or you do a contract for purchase contingent upon you getting all your approvals. Now, again, the contract is where you're obligated to buy the property at the end of the day after a certain period of time, and you can lose your deposit if you don't perform. Whereas an option, you're just paying a fee and you can walk away at any time with no recourse. The recourse is they're just paying an option fee. So it gives you the right to control the property and to study it and do all that for a sum of money. And then at the end of the day, you can decide to purchase it or not, and there's no further penalty. In a contract for purchase, if you put up a deposit, you have a time period that you have to say, I'm in and I'm moving towards the purchase of the property on this date. Then you have to close or you lose your deposit. With an option, you're saying I might close anytime between now and a year from now. So you can close at any point in time during that option period, or you don't have to close at all. So that's the fundamental difference between an option and a contract for purchase. But at the end of the day, if you're studying a piece of property, what you want to do is you want to get a free look. What I mean by that is you want to get a 30 to 45 day, maybe 60 to 90 day period, depending on the project, property, business, whatever it is, where you get to study the feasibility. Does it work financially? Number one. Does it work logistically? Number two. Can you get it done for the cost that you think you can get it done? Is the building or the property what it's being represented as? So that you can study everything. And oftentimes you can get that feasibility period without even putting up a deposit. And then after that 30, 45, 60, 90 day period of feasibility, and you decide, yes, the project works, then you put up a deposit that has a refundable time period of maybe another 30, 60, 90 days or whatever, depending on what type of project you're doing. Could be 6 months to a year. You put up another deposit to where that goes toward the purchase price, but if you walk away after a certain time period, you're going to lose that deposit. It's almost like a hard earnest money deposit at that point. Well, it is a hard earnest money deposit at that point, because after the feasibility period, you're saying, hey, I'm going to put $10,000 down towards this $1 million land purchase. I know the project works, contingent upon me getting all of the approvals, and if I don't, then I can walk away, get my money back. But if you decide not to close for any other reason, then you don't get your money back. But so that's the difference between an option to purchase and a contract for purchase, and some of the ways that you want to structure those contracts to protect yourself, to make sure that you can do what you want to do on the development, build what you want to build, or that the purchase is what it's being represented as. And if it's not, you want to have the right to retrade, renegotiate that deal before you close.